All right, friends, you know what time it is. When you hear that music, it's walk and talk time. So let me get these cameras turned around here. I'm all suited up, ready to go. Got my hat, got my gloves, got my water bottle. I started my watch. It's time to go walk. And as usual, I leave Rocky playing. So when I come back in, I hear Rocky. All right. Got my phones configured here. And I need to grab my bag so I can bring that stuff in from the car. Oh, I gotta grab my keys. There they are. There's always something I forget. It's like 10 steps to go out and walk. You gotta get the phones ready. You gotta start the Facebook. You gotta get the water bottle. You gotta get your keys. You gotta start the watch. You gotta turn on Rocky. Just to go walk. But it's okay. I like entertaining you guys. So it's 5:30. Oh no, it's 6:30. Had a busy day at work. Had a late meeting. So put a little OT in today. And then I had another networking meeting that I went to just for myself. And I got to network with some people. And then while I was networking, I blasted about 200 or so lawyers, attorneys, I should say. I blasted out my headshot special to about 200 plus. I didn't even count them. I just sent a whole truckload. So I sent them in batches. So I sent like 3 or 4 batches, I think. And then I also texted a bunch of people about my Legal Shield business. These are people that have requested a work from home job. And I get about 5,000 of those. And every day, every night, I text probably about 100 to 200 of them. And today I got a flood of, yes, I'm interested. Because I just send a simple message. I say, hey, some time ago you requested information about working from home, making money. Are you still interested? So they say, yes. One person said, how much? How much does it pay? I said, as much as you want. Of course, I felt like saying, watch the damn video I sent you. But I didn't say that. because the video tells you everything. All you gotta do is watch it. And then when people watch it, they don't believe it. They're like, it seems too good to be true. Well, it's a good company. They pay well. It's a business in a box. What more do you want? There is a downside to it, though. You got to work. And people don't work. They don't want to work. They don't want to put in the effort like I'm doing. Right? They're like, I don't know anyone. Well, go out and meet some people. You know, like Grant Cardone says, strangers have your money. So go meet some strangers and get your money. Right? You can't sit at home and say, I don't know anyone. Oh, holy cow. I put out a ton of flyers yesterday, and like half of them are gone. Wow. What's going on? All of a sudden, everybody's interested in everything. That's good. If you don't know, I put my flyers for Legal Shield in the clubhouse on the pinup board. So, a bunch of them are gone. So yeah, so that's the big issue, is people don't want to work. And then when you show them, they're like, oh, sounds too good to be true. Well, try it and find out. It's not that hard to try. It's literally the easiest, most inexpensive business to start. Like, I don't know any other business that's easier to start. You don't need a computer. You don't need any skill. We give you everything you need. Websites, videos, training, presentations that you can send people to. You don't even have to open your mouth. All you have to do is say, watch this Zoom, or watch this video, or read this flyer, or visit this website. Like, literally. You do that every day. You tell people about a movie you like. You tell them about a restaurant you like. You talk about your favorite TV show. Like, you're already doing the work that needs to be done to sell pretty much anything, but especially Legal Shield, right? It's not that difficult. You just got to open your mouth and say, if I sent you a link to a video, would you watch it? If I sent you my website, would you take a look at it? If I invited you to a Zoom event, would you come check it out? If I showed you how to make as much money as you want to make for a lifetime, and your kid's lifetime, and their kid's lifetime, would you be interested? If I showed you how to help and protect people, the most underprivileged people that are typically taken advantage of, would you want to help them? If I showed you a way to protect your identity from any kind of theft, any kind of identity theft, and have a $3 million insurance policy to cover any out-of-pocket expenses that you may incur because of that identity theft, would you be interested in taking a look? If I could show you a way to put in your address and see how many sex offenders were living next door to you, would you be interested in that? Say you're buying a house or moving into a new apartment. Wouldn't you like to see who your neighbors are first? How about if you move into a neighborhood with your kids and your next door neighbor is a convicted pedophile? And the first thing he does is comes over with some brownies. Says, "Hi, neighbor. Welcome to the neighborhood. If you ever need anyone to watch the kids, I'm home, I'm retired. I can do that for you." Right? What if I could show you a way to mitigate any problems that you may have in your life? What if you could call a lawyer every single day and say, "Hey, Mr. Attorney, what do you think about this? Should I do this or not?" Because literally you could do that. Literally every day you could call the law firm and say, "I'd like to talk to a business lawyer today," and ask that business lawyer a question about your business. Or you could call and say, "I've got this friend that's trying to get me to invest in this blah, blah, blah. Should I do that?" Do you know why the rich and wealthy are rich and wealthy? Because they have attorneys on staff, on retainer, and they don't say anything without their attorney's permission, except for Donald Trump. He just says whatever he wants. But he's been in court enough to know what he can say and what he can't say. So yeah, what if you had that power in the palm of your hand, just like your phone that's in the palm of your hand right now? Well, for just 30 to say 200 a month, depending on which plans you choose, whether it's an individual, a family, or a business, you can have all that. So, now if you say to me, "Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the money for that." Well, guess what? I can show you how to make the money. It's not that difficult. Like I said, you just got to open your mouth. I just gave you a master class on selling anything, really, but specifically Legal Shield. You just got to open your mouth. Open your mouth. And if you don't know how to sell, then I can introduce you to someone that'll teach you how to sell. Because I work for them every day. Oh, look at the blue Christmas tree. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I got a good pace going tonight, I think. I'm all charged up. It's good. I need to do that more often. Start ranting and raving. Get the pace going. Be more entertaining for you guys to watch. Here's another Christmas display. Everybody's got their Christmas decorations up. That's like a full wall of lights. Look at it. And then up here we got a blue Christmas tree. White tree with blue lights. So what's that? Three people that have decorations up already. I think that's about the only people that decorate. I haven't seen any other ones that decorate. Of course, I have my Christmas lights up all year round because I find them to be the perfect working lights while I'm at my computer. Because I have a string of lights that go around the top of my ceiling, around my whole office area. And they provide just enough ambient light for me to see everything that I need to see. And then, of course, my computer provides a bunch of light as well. But then when I need to get on Zoom, I need to turn on my studio light so it lights up my face so I'm not sitting in the dark. But when I'm not on Zoom, then I don't have that light on because it's too bright. I don't like bright light shining in my face. I could never be a newscaster, right? Because they sit in those studios that are so well lit. Like, they're blasting thousands of watts of light at people. They got lights everywhere. They got lights in the front, lights on the side, lights in the back. Because you want everybody to look pretty on TV. And then they load them up with makeup. You know, all those people you see on TV, if you saw them in real life, you'd be like, ah, that's you? Because they cake that stuff on. I've worked with plenty of makeup artists. And I see the magic that they do. And normal people think, oh my God, this is a lot of makeup. But then on camera, it looks a lot better. Because I just got another reply to my working from home messages. So when I get home, I'll probably have to send 3 or 4 video links out to people that have responded while I've been out walking. And actually, this is going to be my last lap. It's almost 7 o'clock. And I still have to do my crypto study. So I like to spend at least an hour on that before bedtime. There's just not enough hours in the day to do everything I need to do. But I tell you what, the fact that I've been automating has certainly made me way more productive. Like these hundreds of messages and these hundreds of emails that have gone out are only because of the automation that I've put in place. So if you want to learn how to automate yourself, get in touch with me. I'll take you from wherever you're at now and at least 3x your productivity, if not 10x. That's what AI is going to do for us, people that know how to use it. If you thought computers made you productive before, you haven't seen nothing yet. We are living in a new age, folks, new age. Age of digital currency, robots, AI. The rich are going to get richer, and the poor are going to get poorer. And the ones that don't take advantage of all these new things that we have, you're going to get left behind. That's why I'm doing everything I'm doing right now. I'm setting up the next 20 to 30 years of wealth generation, income, business building. I'm going to make more money in the next 30 years than I've made in the last 50. So if you'd like to be on that journey with me, then just get in touch with me. Because like Ralph said to, what was her name? Edith? Or whatever her name was. One of these days, Ethel? Was it Ethel? One of these days, Ethel, to the moon. I'll have to look up and see what her name was. The Honeymooners. Ralph Cramden and I forget her name. I think Ethel was the friend. One of these days, it was something simple. One of these days, Judy. No, it wasn't Judy. One of these days, Martha? No. One of these days, pow! To the moon. I think he also says, right in the kisser. You know, TV was a different time back then, right? You had Archie Bunker being all racist. And you had Ralph Cramden threatening to hit his wife. And they called TV more conservative back then, right? They didn't want to show a woman's legs or no nudity for sure, right? It was more conservative and family friendly. But it did have a certain male, misogynistic, egotistical, racist bent, didn't it? You know, just shows you the people in power, what they were doing back then. Because, you know, none of that was done by the actors. It was all done by the studios. They told you what you could and couldn't do. All right. Let's see where Rocky's at. You're gonna kill him. Oh, he's running with the kids. Huh. Huh.